Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR Today for Tuesday morning, August 23rd, 2022. The man they call Meathead, the lovely Linda K. Again, Linda, we keep asking, but what's it like to have day-to-day normal, just you get up, you're in the same house, you're in the same city, the same state. What is it like to be back home?
It feels amazing. I really am enjoying this time being back home and just catching up and watching wrestling at my leisure.
There you go.
It's great.
So, you're doing it at the right time because it's not like there was some huge series of TV shows that you were missing. It's summer. It's all reruns, right? So it's not like you're catching up on the latest season of, Doogie Howser, MD.
I will say DVR is a great thing.
Yeah, it is. Well, you've got the cloud DVR, so you're taking your DVR wherever you got to go. You're like a truck driver. You can watch TV wherever you are in the continental 48.
That's true, but it doesn't mean I have time, but I definitely try.
Fair enough. All right. Well, you know what I need everybody listening to try right now? Try to get onto collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code Linda K. Why is that, Linda?
Because if you use promo code Linda K, that's LINDAKAY at collarandelbowbrand.com, you will always save some cash. You will always save 10% off your order. So make sure to head over to collarandelbowbrand.com. I mean, we've been talking about the new styles or just a revamping of some of the classic shirts with that Collar and Elbow logo on the sleeve.
Tagless, by the way, too.
Yes, definitely check it out. Use promo code Linda K. Save that money.
Money. Favorite money song of all time? Go.
Must be the money. Deion Sanders. I don't know. That's
nice.
I love
it. No, I love it because I was thinking, because some of them was, here comes the money. Money talks. Here comes the money. Money. Dollar. So obviously a little Shane O'Mac, but money. For Donald Trump when he came. Yep. Oh,
there was also a remake of that song by the Bullet Boys. We're going to talk some hair metal. But also for the love of money.
Thank you for getting smooth up in us. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes. But also, hello, Money Talks, AC/DC.
Linda, I've got to tell you a story. Sorry, I'm not trying to digress from us, but that is probably the one song by AC/DC that I want to punch a wall through anytime.
Really? That's my favorite. I'm not even kidding you.
Track 3 on the Razor's Edge skipped every time because it sounded whiny to me. Come on, please.
Oh, Meathead though, but when you go to the show and you got the dollar bills, dollar bills, y'all falling down on you. So that's some cool shit there. But anyways, we're talking about money and collarandelbowbrand.com. Save 10%. Use promo code Linda K.
Hey, you know who else
is wrestling we're talking about too this morning, right?
And and thank you. You know who else is back into the money again? Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody. That's right. Returning to the WWE is the D.O.G.G as an EVP. The Road Dogg is now a vice president of live events, taking over the exact same position that Jeff Jarrett had. If we're going to go into spelling, JEFFJARREWT, the Road Dogg back with the WWE.
The D.O.G.G now the EVP of live events.
Or the LIVE, yeah.
Oh, tremendous. Great news. Road Dogg, great friend of ours and great friend to the program. So that was tremendous hearing that. So happy for him. And obviously just all the years of his expertise and input at WWE coming on back. And we'll
welcome back.
See that
to dreams
very soon shortly.
Welcome back. Oh yeah. Well, the names. All right, I can continue on. Let's talk AEW Dark and some former WWE wrestlers starting to show up. Guess what? You're going to tell me that you can't believe it. I'm going to tell you it's Levy Valance. You're going to go, no way, Jose.
No way, Jose.
No way, Jose. No way, Jose. I loved his NXT run as No Way Jose. What happened to him on the main roster? who's to say? No way, Jose. But no way, Jose wrestling some dark matches with AEW.
That's great to see. And just like with many others that are now on AEW, it's completely, I mean, obviously completely different from what they've done before, but maybe completely different to what many have known them to be in a previous organization. So that's great to see. And he's doing his own thing. It's definitely something different than the conga line and whatnot, but hopefully we'll get to see him on the main show sometime soon.
Hey, somebody else that might be making their way up to the WWE, a former WWE star, NXT and WWE Raw. Remember her run with Santino Marella? Tennille Dashwood, formerly known as Emma in WWE, possibly on the way back to the World Wrestling Entertainment.
That's awesome to hear as well. Yes, her and Santino, man, those were some funny times.
Oh yeah,
the dancing,
and she had the bubbles, and she had the bubbles. I think was that going on at that point too. Didn't she have bubbles? Like her musical was like all like just bubble guns.
I think so.
I can picture it. I can't lock it in, but I can picture it.
We also discussed based on what we see on social media there, her and Madcap Moss a couple.
Oh, look at that. Yeah,
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a chance. Does that mean she shows up to the SmackDown brand? Who's to say? But let us continue on and talk about Raw from last night. Linda, I haven't had the chance to say this in a while, and, I've wondered if you've wondered. I wondered if our listeners have wondered. Yes, we could say it's the Triple H era, the game era. It's, a changing of the guard. But you know what I really noticed different about Raw and different about WWE lately? The main events are main events. If you really want to break it down TV-wise, it's always the opening segment, it's the bottom of the hour, the top of the hour, the bottom of the hour, top of the hour, bottom of the hour, and then the main event, the overrun. WWE booked the main event, the 11 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Central segment. Hell, half of the times it felt like I was watching like Dewdrop and Enhancement Talent. Nobody gave a damn about the last segment. The top story was always booked at the 10 Eastern, 9 Central segment. These shows in the last month or so, month and a half, have been steadily booked up so strong that the main event feels like a main event.
And just the feel of it, the entire episode, or I mean, even the promos leading up to Raw last night, but just throughout, you got the promos in between, sure, but you always had, what's the term? Like, I know the term super from doing a little stint on television news and sports, but the pop up in the corner, what is that? Throughout the night,
you're talking about the watermark.
That's probably the right term. I'm thinking super, where it shows your name and title.
The super. Yeah, they call them banners too, but yeah, the super. Yeah.
All right. Yes, giving it that main event feel as well. I loved it. Obviously, a huge story just between the two of them, with how Judgment Day began, but also the sweet home, I should say, homecoming for Edge as well.
Not only Edge, we were going to come to find out that Trish was going to be on the show last night as well. And, we were told that there was one other person from Toronto that would be on the show. And we're going to find out it's Aaliyah a little bit later in the program. But let's start off with the beginning of the show. Hey, welcome to Toronto. Welcome to Monday night. Oh, look at this. The cameraman started running. I literally popped for that. It's like, ooh, this is new. Oh, look at that, bro. And Seth Rollins going at it back in Gorilla. They fight their way out of Gorilla. And this is the first time, how in TV shows, the fourth wall. So like there's the wall on the left, the wall in the back, and then the wall on the right. But you're the fourth wall, and then people will talk to you. They broke the fourth wall. We got to see the fourth wall of the Gorilla position. I've never seen that before, and it emptied out. I thought it was just a room.
Well, you could see Doc Hendricks, Michael Hayes in the corner if you look quick as well, and during that shot.
Yeah, so caught me off guard. But what they did is they worked their way around the outside of the staging area and started brawling again, brawled up through the crowd. I saw, instantly, we're wrestling fans. So when you see somebody standing up over an entrance in the arena and you see a table, there's a spot. They didn't do it. But what a hot segment. And to be completely honest, if I were WWE, I put that on there to show what a pull-apart should look like, because that Kevin Owens CM Punk, or excuse me, that Dean Ambrose, that John Moxley CM Punk pull-apart from Wednesday was a little corny.
Yeah. I liked how they let them get up the stands, the stairway, for a bit before they brought right back down. They could have had more of the producers and refs following them up there, but no, they let them go for a bit before they came back down and kept going throughout to the back once again. But yes.
Wait, I know it's a Canadian show, but I heard you say again.
I did say again. Anytime it's wrestling programming, I say again. Got that off Jericho there, but again, they made it to the back, but that's great to see. I mean, we didn't get that Riddle Rollins match at SummerSlam, which was a couple weeks ago. We still have a couple weeks to Clash at the Castle, and keeping it hot.
Keeping it hot. Next week, they're going to have a face-to-face on Raw. And to be honest, that would be a main event segment. Even if it's not a match, that is a main event segment, unlike the main event segments we had, like I said, prior to Trips taking over. So,
right, well, just like last week on SmackDown, we got that face-to-face Roman.
Face-to-face with Roman and
that was
McIntyre.
Just pushed the whole night.
And
great,
the honorary Uce. I was probably wrong. The bug is not the little Edge Damian Priest thing. The bug is the USA, or the bug is the WWE Live, or the hashtag WWE Raw. That's the bug on the screen, or the watermark, whatever they call that. So, all right. So we got the pyro again. It was a little weird. Like the pyro went off and then the cameraman went running. So they turned the pyro off, come back, shoot the pyro off again. I thought that was absolutely hilarious that we got the pyro again. Again, this is a different show. I don't want to keep pounding the desk about saying, it's Triple H, everything's different. It's honestly different because they went right back to the pyro again. When was the last time we saw pyro?
I noticed that from SmackDown, and that's why I was wondering at the beginning of Raw. It was just a quick firework, and I'm like, or not firework, but just something quick. And then I was like, wait, and that's when the camera ran off. But then they went back to the desk, and it was starting the show pretty much over again,
which was cool.
Yeah, getting that full pyro
that
right. We desire to see every week.
Yep, give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. And Toronto desired Trish Stratus because it's time to rock and roll. Here comes Trish, and she looks, oh my God, amazing. I mean, talk about amazing. She continues to tease it, says, well, I've been thinking lately, maybe I should. Here comes Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. You know what? I loved the interaction between them. I think Trish, honestly, is still on her game as far as on the microphone.
Absolutely. And everything. Obviously, she looks amazing, but just her, I don't know if I'm jumping ahead a little too much here, but taking off the blazer, her interaction with Bayley, that was awesome as well.
Is there a match coming up there? Is there a match there?
I would hope so. Yeah. Huh. There was a lot of talk. I don't know if you were going to bring this up this morning, Meathead.
That's all right. Bring it up now.
The term veteran used so much last week.
Yeah.
And like last week too, when you were talking about how Corey Graves got on Jimmy Smith talking about how Dakota and Io, or Dakota, I think in particular,
right,
not being a veteran. But we heard that a lot last night. So
and not just in this segment. We heard that.
No.
I'll pull it forward again. Let's talk about Dolph Ziggler and Finn Balor. Talking about Theory, veteran, rookie, teach the kid. That it's a continuing thread. And I'm going to jump ahead here 2 to 3 days. I think WWE can smell what AEW's cooking and maybe cooking the same thing. Trying to get their macaroni and cheese out first.
What in particular are you pertaining to?
I'm talking about maybe younger talent versus older talent. In the AEW, we could be talking about, say, AEW originals and former WWE guys that came from somewhere else.
Right.
Never know.
They just had, it was teased for Rampage this week. We have Cesaro and Dustin Rhodes. Just for example there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's talk about this whole brouhaha. Leads us into the semifinal match. Dakota Kai and Io Sky taking on Alexa Bliss and Asuka. And in a bit of surprise, the winners, Dakota Kai and Io Sky. Now, they're in the finals, and they're not taking on Toxic Attraction. It is said that Gigi Dolan has been injured. Boy, I mean, that whole section of the bracket is just like snake bitten there, because we were supposed to have who was supposed to be in there first? It was Zoe's, and Zoe Starks.
Yeah.
Nikita Lyons dealing with injury issues as well. So now they're doing a second chance fatal four-way. I don't think Triple H is completely in control, because this, I am not a fan of second chances, because second chance matches, I know why they're doing it now, because of the injuries or the alleged injuries. But good God, that's what they were doing for the last couple of years. Remember, it was qualifying for King of the Ring. It was qualifying for the Rumble, second chance for the Elimination Chamber.
Or
same crap.
Contenders, number one,
right,
or
right.
contender match.
Yeah, stuff. Eliminator matches, contenders matches. Your thoughts?
I was just surprised to hear that. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I heard Zoe Stark was the one that was injured, or I'm not sure if it was both her and Nikita Lyons. There really wasn't anything really said on air, at least, as to why, at least that I caught. But having Toxic Attraction as a huge surprise last week was a pleasant surprise. I wanted to still see that NXT representation, which we got.
Right.
And then the surprise victory. Wow. Okay. I'm not sure if necessarily would have made it to the end. I mean, it could have been recent NXT against current NXT, bout for the championship, but or no, was that the same bracket? No, it'd be Raw and SmackDown. I digress. But now with another injury, and it just seems very kabuki, but I was really excited about having Toxic Attraction in that mix, and now
Toxic Attraction.
Yeah, I know there were also some rumors, rumbling in the IWC, like, well, we still have Sasha and Bayley who could be inserted into here, but from what it looks, it's
let's play that out for a second. Let's play that out for a second. Zoe Starks and Nikita Lyons are injured. Who injured them? How'd they get injured? Toxic Attraction are injured. How'd they get injured? Who injured him? Maybe Sasha and Bayley. Excuse me, Sasha and Naomi. Maybe they're the ones injuring them.
Didn't think about that. Maybe, I mean, for all we know, there could be a fifth tag team inserted into this second match or second chance.
Second chance. I mean, because they're getting a second chance. Hey, WWE, Road Diggity Dog, I know you listen. Put me on booking, dude. I'll help you out. All right, so we get Kevin Patrick in the back with Dolph Ziggler. He says he's, he wanted to help Theory be a better man. He wanted to help the kid. He gets approached by Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. I love that they were on the side. I even love more when his music hits, and then he smacks him in the face. He's laying there. He comes back. He goes, "You come to the ring, or you're gonna lay there like a bitch." Wow, out of all the new stuff, that may be one of my favorites, because that was something.
Yeah. Hey, we knew we would get a good physical match between the two of them, but why not throw that at the very beginning? It doesn't have to happen outside the ring, the smack talking I'm speaking of, but just for him to call him a little bitch, but also after that smack, I bet. Right when you think, because Judgment Day, riding high right now, you're seeing Finn Balor on his butt. That's just a nice twist.
Finn Balor's got his own jacket. Did you see the inside of his jacket? Again, a spoiler for later on in the conversation. He opens his jacket, and it's tailor-made for Finn Balor. It's the Finn Balor brand.
Yes, I did see that.
And it says, "I've got Rey Mysterio in my pocket," and it was Finn Balor's jacket. That was actually pretty awesome. Let's talk about the winner of the match, Finn Balor, due to a little distraction from my girl, Rhea Ripley.
Yes, we got to keep Judgment Day strong, and, they are the dastardly heels, and let's have them continue cheating to win.
Okay, Aaliyah backstage talking about her tag team with Raquel Rodriguez, but here comes Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. They start putting over, obviously, Kai and Sky being in the finals, and then here comes Trish Stratus sticking up for another Toronto girl. We find out that Aaliyah is from Toronto, so Aaliyah challenges Bayley to a match. Wait, this is going to be shenanigans, right? I mean, because Bayley's supposed to make her in-ring return at Clash at the Castle. It's on pay-per-view. She's been gone over a year plus. Is Bayley really going to have this return match on Raw in the throwaway?
Yeah, I feel it would have been great to see the big return, for Bayley and Ring at the pay-per-view
At the
premium
Clash,
live
yeah.
event, but it was a way to have Aaliyah have something special in her hometown. We did come back from the break and see her in tears, which is that's touching to see, of course.
It's touching, but I'll get to that in a second.
But yeah, I mean, I guess, gosh, another way just to we don't have a name for there.
No.
So
I've heard commentary try a couple things. The Disruptors was something I heard mentioned last night.
Okay, it was a way to really put over the Disruptors even more.
Well, the way is another segment. We'll get to that in just a little bit. So let's talk about Bayley, Kai, and Sky walking off. Adam Pearce is talking with security, and there's a man standing there in riot gear. I said, what? Oh, wait, somebody tweeted out that the riot gear, there's somebody in riot gear. Oh, wow, there's riot gear. And they're holding a picture of Dexter and Lumis, and there's a picture circled around looking for Dexter and Lumis. There's a man standing there in riot gear. I wonder what's going to happen there. All right, so Alpha Academy in the ring. They set up an open challenge. And I was hoping, I mean, it's Toronto. Could we get another Canadian hero? Could it be Bret Hart? Could it be the Honorary Uce? Pretty close. We got Kevin Owens, KO, and the crowd goes banana for KO. Chad Gable with Otis taking on Kevin Owens. And you know what? I want to spend a second on this. So Kevin Owens has this amazing thing happen at WrestleMania. He challenges Stone Cold Steve Austin to come on the KO show. That night, he challenges him to a match. Okay, gets a match with Stone Cold Steve Austin. He beats Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? Didn't he beat him? Am I remembering wrong?
A couple months back.
Even if he beat him or didn't beat him, all this amazing steam, where did it go? Nothing. I felt Kevin Owens last night was acting like the guy that came off having that primetime program with Steve Austin.
Yeah. I mean, I know he's from the other part of Canada, but he was still a Canadian man and home to some extent. I'm sure obviously the crowd feeding in definitely helped with that as well. I think they are slowly reacclimating, slowly getting Kevin Owens back into the deeper mix, if you will. I mean, just that little bit of him being mentioned last week on SmackDown between Roman and Sammy was just, I think, a sign of that to come as well. But great to see KO get that victory last night as well.
So I'm confused why when they mentioned that Gigi Dolan was injured, they didn't give JC Jane a chance to get a different tag team partner. You don't think that Mandy Rose wouldn't have jumped in on that? Again, Road Doggy, call me. This is pretty basic. So, Aaliyah making her way to the ring from Toronto, Canada. Aaliyah, and she's like, "Oh, I'm at home." Everything looked good, right? I mean, we've seen, wrestlers get emotional coming out. We've seen Edge damn near start crying when he returned at the Royal Rumble, but that was 9 years of not having competed and have that music pop in front of, 50,000 people. When we come back to the match, it's Aaliyah and Bayley. It's her first televised match since returning. Bayley's first time getting in the ring. She's not even dressed in her gear, really. I'm like, this can't be happening. Is this really happening? Bayley's first televised match since June 25th, 2021. So over a year, 14 months on SmackDown. Ding dong. Hello. This match, Linda, I don't know how to say it. Boy, oh boy. I'm going to sound like an ass when I say this. I was taken out of the match when I got to see how emotional Aaliyah was. There's nothing wrong with her being emotional, being at home, probably wrestling in front of family, saying, "Hey, I'm going to be wrestling in front of my, family and friends or whatever."
In front of the biggest crowd, perhaps, for her, yeah.
Right. I was taken directly out of it.
I was fine with that, and I wasn't sure which way it could have gone. I mean, I was leaning, if she was having this match, it was against Bailey. I'm like, that, she's in front of her hometown, but Bailey's got to get over in her first match back. But I'm going to look at it as a win for both of them. Leah getting to perform, like I said, probably in front of her biggest
crowd in
crowd.
life.
Yes.
Yep.
And then we have Bailey making her in-ring return, while it seemed on the fly, at least on Raw programming, but
it felt like a throwaway.
But
honestly,
she got the win, and we are pushing the. Again, I don't know if their name. I know they don't have a name yet, but just a way to make them look stronger.
The Disruptors. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the Disruptors, Bailey. If Bailey's been gone for 14 months, her first match back on TV is in her clothes that she does the laundry in on Raw. She looked good, though. I mean, I thought Bailey performed well, really. I do think that she performed well. It was anticlimactic. What a great Raw. This match kind of was a dud for me. Let's move up. Tag team match, Ciampa and The Miz took on United States champion Bobby Lashley and AJ Styles. You know what? I love the pairing now of Ciampa and The Miz. They've got alternating tights in outfits. Did you notice that? Like, it's the same color scheme, but one's got like solid purple, one's got like the solid yellow, and they rotate it back and forth. Mm-hmm. They've got the one of two cards that they hang around their neck.
Yeah.
I really love the way they look. Linda, I rewound it 3 times. When AJ Styles comes over to the open area, which is, we've been watching the last 3 weeks, the open area where Dexter Lumis has been showing up, allegedly, where Dexter Lumis has been there. Somebody goes after him again in a black hoodie, but takes the hoodie off. That looks like Matt Garza, a former pitcher of the Milwaukee Brewers. Just kidding. You like that, right? Because you get the reference.
I do, now that you said it, because I too had to rewind it. And I'm like, well, that wasn't Dexter Lumis, but there is a guy in a
riot
shield. Yep. Not that shield. But his face.
Sierra Hotel India Echo Lima Delta.
But yes, Matt Garza, number 22, wasn't he?
Yeah, 22. Former Cubs pitcher, then came over to Brewers. No, it's not Matt Garza, folks. Google Matt Garza. You'll see why it's funny. But they pull him off, and they intentionally, what they did, this is WWE production at the finest. The securities pulled his head up to give him a clear shot to the camera. They did this on purpose, okay? The riot gear guy never moved. The security showed you this guy's face laughing manically, okay? Then there's a spot over on the other side, same area, but just on the other side of the ring. Miz goes up there, and Dexter Lumis, Samuel Shaw, in all his glory, made that face and dragged off the Miz without breaking face. This guy's a freaking star.
So good. Yeah, and for those who may not have seen Dexter Lumis version of Dexter Lumis Sam Shaw on NXT, you're getting it, and you're seeing this. What you've been missing, just a great talent. And I just, I love the spookiness. That's cool. But just the whole trickery of Matt Garza being who you thought was Dexter Lumis. And
is this a new version of Retribution? Is this a non-Vince McMahon version of Retribution?
Nah, they're not destroying the property in ring quite.
I guess.
But no, that was cool to see, and they did drag he did drag Miz all the way down that aisle
and never broke his face.
He didn't. There was a moment though. There was a man in the back. I'm like, oh, but
yeah, there's nobody back there. I'm like, yeah, there is. He goes right there.
Hey, I guess we'll see next week just exactly where he took him, what happens to him. I think we talked about this before when he took Austin Theory at the time.
Yeah.
Captive, and he came back a whole new man.
He did. And there was the whole Halloween Havoc where they went into like his house, right?
I believe so.
Fantastic. Hey, we're talking Austin Theory, and
it's almost
we were talking
Havoc time. Sorry.
Yeah, we're talking Austin Theory, and we're talking about there's something in the way. Ooh, they come back from commercial break. Nothing. No intro. No. Hey, welcome back. And then this music hits that we don't recognize. You look at the crowd, they pop. Oh my God, what are they looking at? I don't recognize it. They shoot up to the Titantron. It says Gargano. Holy shit balls. Is that Johnny Wrestling? Well, look at that. Johnny Wrestling back in WWE. Linda, thoughts?
He was rumored to possibly be making his return back, but this was a huge surprise in that there was nothing really alluding to it last night. We expected a lot of familiar faces from Canada, Toronto in particular, which we got. This just coming back from break, like you said, without any
Wait,
type.
isn't Johnny a Cleveland guy?
No, I said he's not Canadian.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he's just a Cleveland guy. He's not a Toronto guy.
No, but I mean, the border's right there.
Well, Toronto's right across the street from Detroit, so
yeah,
I guess it's not that far.
Right, but huge to see. Part of me goes in the ring, is Candice LeRae gonna follow suit? But that's all right. We got
somebody still at home changing diapers.
Well, yes, but we got quite a moment there. Just Gargano in the crowd, and then having Theory coming out. I knew this would happen at some point.
It was
with
perfect.
Gargano returning, yes.
It was perfect. Yeah, it was perfect. Johnny smacking the ring steps and going, "I miss you guys so much." I love that. That got me in the feels, right? That got me in the heart. He goes, "I missed you guys." Oh my God, I'm tearing up right now. That hit me right in the feels. Now, Johnny doing his talking, Johnny's saying what's going on, and here comes Theory. And I loved the way he came out and he goes, "Johnny? Johnny, what are you doing here?" Now, again, the wrestling fan that I am, the wrestling fan you are, and the wrestling fans that all listen to this program, literally listening to Theory go, "You know what? You've been gone for a bit. I've done some stuff." You could see how this whole thing was going to go. And you could see that hopefully Johnny was going to pop him somehow. He goes, "Let's do the high five, the unrehearsed. Let's go." Sweet chin music to the chin of Theory. I loved it.
Yeah. Great to see. And for those who may not be familiar with the way, that was a nice way of subtly showing it, and also getting Theory popped in the face, just for all that smack talk. And
you know where I empathized with him the most with Johnny Gargano? Watching too much damn Bluey. Enough with the Bluey already.
I don't know what Bluey is.
Yeah. Trust me, Linda. Go find a niece or a nephew or a kid that you know from somebody's kids and ask them what their favorite cartoon is. Bluey.
Yeah. I will say I would have popped more if Gargano would have took out his phone and took a selfie.
Yeah. That would have been amazing. That would have been amazing. You know what I heard before the main event? A crowd abuzz. Again, folks, this is a main event that is a main event. They gave you a pay-per-view match on free TV. It's not going to compare to, say, Moxley and Punk this coming Wednesday, tomorrow night, but you got Damian Priest and Edge wrestling for the first time in front of his hometown crowd in 10 years. Edge's A&E biography, this is all planned. Obviously, it looks all kind of, coincidental right now. This is all synergy, folks. This is all planned. This Edge was going to come back. He was going to wrestle a match. It was going to be his first time in Toronto. This was all planned. The A&E biography was all timed out. By the way, amazing biography. Watch it if you can. The main event, Damian Priest and Edge. And this is me just being retentive, Linda. Corey Graves goes, "By the way, don't forget, this match is going to be brought to you with limited commercial interruptions." We'll be right back. Twice. 3 to 4 minutes on each one. It's like Shivani going, "Stick around. Go ahead and order the pay-per-view." Shut up. We're watching the show. The winner of the match, Edge. I loved at the end when Beth Phoenix came out and stood up for her man against Rhea Ripley.
Yes. I thought about all those huge returns. I thought about her and Trish. I think about that as well as obviously what was happening in the match there. But I liked before she came out though, Edge getting the bar from that chair, and that's the thing now. You got to get an awesome face. You can get a meme off that bar in your mouth. We got a good one from Damian Priest last night, but then we obviously had some shenanigans that brought out Beth Phoenix protecting her man.
Mm-hmm. And she
seeing
loves
her and
Edge, by
Rhea
the way. If you didn't
Ripley.
see that at the beginning, she goes, I love you. I love you too. Of course she loves her man. Her man's in there getting it done.
Right. But then also seeing her and Rhea Ripley, a little tease right there as well.
Yeah. I think I brought that up a couple weeks ago, with the Judgment Day having the interaction. Where are we going to get intergender, physicality, or is Edge going to bring out his wife?
Yes.
And I think we see which way it's going.
Yeah. Absolutely.
By the way, I know Petey Williams works with WWE. Tell me he didn't book that finish. Canadian Destroyer. Edge connects and hits the spear for the victory. Edge with the Canadian Destroyer on Damian Priest.
Yes. Tremendous.
That's a Petey Williams original right there, the Canadian Destroyer. All right, folks, the Raw is in the books. I really loved it, except for one really kind of flat spot for me that unfortunately I was live at that point on my DVR, so I had to watch the entire every second of it. I absolutely loved Raw. We've got more coming up tonight. Linda, you and Matthew going to take it over, right, for NXT?
Yeah, we'll see if there's more to these injuries from the representation that we could have had, or I did have, in the WWE Women's Tag Team Tournament, or just some more stuff. There's some more Chase U segments that me and Matthew.
Hey, you know what? I do want to bring this up too. Somebody that showed up in riot gear last night, his wife is on NXT and she knows he's back. Do we get more on that?
Ooh, that's good too. Because I thought about that during the show, actually, that we got 3/5 of the way on Raw last night.
Yeah, just missing Indy and Candice, right?
Yeah.
Well, Candice is at home. They're going to have to find a sitter. But Candice, come back to work. We're waiting on you. And in Indy, she's just sitting down in NXT. She's not even wrestling right now. We're waiting for you, girl. Let's go.
Yes. Let's see that smile back in her face, being back, not just with her husband.
Sexy Dexy.
Oh, yeah.
I am ready. So, Linda, it's been a great couple days. Enjoy Matthew Thomas tomorrow morning. For Matthew Thomas, for Linda Kay, the man that called me, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. So long, everyone.